If you are somebody that keeps beating yourself up for things that you have done wrong in your past, then this video is exactly for you. If you're interested to truly forgive your past self for doing the mistake, and if you want to experience more love in your life, we have an extremely powerful guided visualization with you that Petra will share with you at the end of this video.
I was inspired to do this visualization directly for you who are watching this video. It just came to me that it would be the best technique for today for you. So please use it. It will absolutely free your heart. These situations when we are angry at ourselves that we did something wrong are happening usually when we do something what really mattered for us. For example, I heard recently story of giving birth, and this lady, even though she gave birth 5 years ago, she still had struggles about how she didn't hear her baby, how she didn't handle the baby's needs and so on, and she still was torturing herself. She was angry at herself about not being a good mother at that moment. It was so new to her, she was tired after giving birth, she didn't know what to do, and of course with years of having a baby at home and with experience, you uncover certain needs of a baby, so you actually know how to behave, for example, next time when you give birth. But she was angry at her past self in a present moment.
And why is she even doing this? Like, she could also just move on and live her life and not even think about it anymore. We keep thinking of certain moments in our life over and over again because we believe that if we did it right, if we didn't do that, if we did that instead, then we would have a much better life right now. So she has regret and FOMO because she believes if she did it right back then, her life would be much better and her child's life would be much better. So she has constantly reason to beat herself up for it. And if something is not going well with the child, if the child is sick, then she could say, oh my gosh, it was because I did something wrong. And it's very self-destructive.
Why are we so programmed to beat ourselves up? It's because society is programming us. For every mistake, we get a bad grade in school, we get a lot of punishment. We are not taught how to work with our mistakes, and mistakes are actually moving us forward the most. That's why you learn these very fundamental things when you remind yourself what you did wrong from the place of maturity, because you already had to ripen into that place after you were experiencing something, and then you are able to actually deal with these coming situations better. This is an evolution, and we shouldn't punish ourselves for our mistakes at all. But what to do with these emotions? For example, when I was working as a teenager in summer jobs, it was normal to smoke everywhere. And I was working in a fitness center and on a reception, and everybody around me was smoking because next to me was a bar. And now, when I got some health problems, I started to be very mad at everything what happened in my past, and myself even more. I was so frustrated about what I did with my body in the past, absolutely unaware that it's so harmful, because now it's been communicated to us much more that smoking is harmful and it can do something wrong to you. I know that it was in the past too, but everybody was smoking. Now smoking in Europe is forbidden and we don't do that anymore. But I was so mad at myself that I allowed me to sit there in this smoking environment, and I was inhaling those cigarettes whole day, whole shift. And I didn't even smoke, but the passive smoking is even worse than active smoking, and so on and so on. And you can have a lot of information about these topics, and you can basically torture yourself. If you have even some health problems and so on, it gets more intense. So I realized that this is not a way to go. If you want to heal even, or if you want to create new future, you have to let this past go. You have to absolutely be in peace with it, because we have to understand that the person who was there 20 years ago, 15 years ago and did some mistake is not you anymore. It has totally different cells, totally different energy. It has only the same identity and it has the same name, but you have different body now, you have different consciousness, you've been through a lot of things where you learned a lot of things through mistakes probably.
You evolved.
You have evolved, and it's not okay to be mad at yourself who is not even yourself. You would have to be mad at yourself in this moment, and you know that in this present moment you would never do that. Doesn't make sense to you? Can you post underneath this video that it really makes sense to you? You would never do something to you what you would do 20 years ago or 10 years ago or 5 years ago, because you are in a different place. We have much more knowledge. Milk is now not a good thing, and 20 years ago it was everywhere in schools.
Essential.
It was everywhere in schools. People were so happy that their children have school milk and so on. So we are moving forward, and I was also growing up with a lot of milk consumption, and I was also mad at this, you know, because when you have children or when you deal with some health issues, then you are tending to blame everything what
Yes.
comes in your way and what could have made you feel worse in your body.
You look at everything, you scan your entire life, your history, and you try to find out the reasons why you're feeling sick right now.
Yeah.
And I would like to take it a step further. So you were thinking of yourself when you were a teenager that you did something really bad, that you didn't stand up for yourself, that you
Yeah.
didn't move yourself away
Yeah.
from these environments.
Mm-hmm.
But that's now so many years ago, and maybe in another 10 to 20 years you could think of yourself how you were mad about that situation
Yes,
in the past. So we take a step further, you know, in the future we can
Yeah.
maybe finally realize, wow, I was so strict at me. I was beating myself up for the mistakes I did as a teenager, but I didn't know any better. So why would we do it? This video is for you, that you can really stop this and truly forgive you and move on. It has happened in the past, and you can start to acknowledge how you have evolved, how you would do it better now. And that is also really beautiful. Now it's time to let go of that past and truly forgive yourself.
We will revisit yourself in a past, some situation which made you angry at yourself in the moment which is now. And it could happen 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 minutes ago. And when we revisit that person who was once you, we will see that person from our eyes. It's like two of us are meeting in one time and space. It's like your past you, who was once you, is meeting your future you, who is now the present you. And you both will interact, and you will become that person who will be 5 minutes later after watching this video. And you will have this resolution, you will have this relief, because when you interact with that past you, you will actually find what you will find in this visualization. Find yourself a comfortable place where you can close your eyes and relax, where you will be undisturbed. When you close your eyes, take few very soft inhales and exhales. One, two, three, and with every other breath, you will be sinking more into the void, and you will get into the situation where you got mad at yourself, angry at yourself, unhappy with yourself because you did some mistake. But in that situation, you were not aware of that you're making a mistake. So find yourself there and see yourself in that situation. Let it open in front of you, this situation, like a movie scene. Observe yourself in that situation. Connect to that sincere being which wants to do everything well in a lifetime. which wants to be always taking care of yourself, which wants to always do good. And when you are standing there as your present you coming to visit from the future, and you are seeing your past you right in front of you, feel so much love and support in that situation for your past you. You're no longer that person who you were in your past. You don't have anymore the same cells. You don't have anymore the same energy. You are not on the same frequency. You are different. How can you be angry at somebody who you no longer are? See how much sincerity is in this being, how much love this person needs, and give to that being all your love and all your care and all your protection for next year, so you will finally meet in this moment, in this visualization. You could travel back to your past you and meet you again. And maybe when you are in that past, see how that person feels some protection around herself or himself. And maybe that being, that person, looks around and says, I feel that somebody's around me. I feel somebody is present in my presence. And back in the days, you didn't know, but now you know and see that there is standing your present, future you and your past you next to each other. And that's that presence, that protection. Forgive to yourself, because it's no longer you, there is two of you standing. Let that past you go in love, with all the love in your heart which you have, and always remember this past you in love and with love. You can also step behind your past you and sort of like stroke its aura and send the love in that aura, and just know that you will take care of it until you meet again. Do you feel the love? Now you can let go. Now you never will be angry at yourself because of this situation again. Now you are only there by yourself as your present you, and your past you could already float away in a void, in a quantum field where you can always contact it. So look forward for your future you, and come back to the present moment. Come back to your body, and you can open your eyes and become happier again.
Wow. How did you enjoy that? What Petra was doing in this visualization with you is to really resolve that situation that you were mad at in the past. It no longer exists anymore. You connected with your love from the present you, with the past you. The problem can no longer exist.
And maybe it existed just for you to go now, watch this video and reconnect with your past you. Maybe that's why the problem existed.
And that's also something that can open your heart when you realize, wow, I am in this moment when I can feel this profound love. And it can actually give you more gratitude, more boost, more love that you even got to this moment. Because if that situation, that bad situation in the past had never happened, then you wouldn't be here now.
Do you feel how it can transform your life? How it can absolutely turn your life, which is like not happy, into happy life?
You can always go back to this exercise. It is always there for you. You know where to find it. You can do it for all kinds of different situations in your life, and you will definitely experience a lot more love in your life. If you want to share some more time with us, then we chose this video here for you next.
And if you would like to share how you like the technique and how it freed you, we are so much looking forward for your feedback. So please comment below this video.